Hello. Right. Still have the problem from before of not being able to switch without going via desktop, which is a bit annoying. Or stop the stream without going via desktop. So, we've found Johnny TV. And he's told us where he thinks the ashes are. And he's got a pretty decent bet on it. But also, we need his help to get them, and he's tad broken. So.
Ah, you're back. Well?
I'd like to be more certain about him first.
All right. What is on your mind?
Haven's a bit odd, isn't it? A bit more detail on that?
Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be.
How do you find out about it?
Pure luck. I wasn't even looking for any village. I had always assumed that the temple that housed the urn would be lost to time and abandoned. It took years of study to narrow down its location to this range of mountains. Then, completely by accident, I came across an unrelated document that mentioned a village called Haven.
By accident?
I had asked Waylon to fetch several books from the Denerim Chantry. Among them was one I didn't ask for. 100-year-old log of Chantry business transactions.
Go on.
In it was an account of a dwarven trader who had failed to transport goods from Orzammar that had already been paid for. There was a blizzard, and his caravan was turned off the path. They eventually came across a small human village that was not on any map. The trader tried to gain entry to take shelter from the storm. Unfortunately, they were turned away and had to take refuge in a cave. When he woke up that next morning, everyone and everything was gone. He managed to find the road again and made it to Denerim, but he never saw the caravan again.
Huh. How did you know it was anything to do with the urn?
Not too much. It became clear from the dwarf's story that this village would be near the temple, and it occurred to me that they might know something about the urn, and I decided to find the village myself. And that's how this trouble started.
Okay, what do you know about them?
They call themselves the Disciples of Andraste. They are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive.
So, what do you think they're guarding? A cricket trophy? They must be talking about the urn.
I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Why does it have a revered father?
I do not know. When the Chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the Disciples of Andraste, predate the Chantry and so have no knowledge of the Chantry's rules.
Okay, what do you know about this place then?
They call themselves the Disciples. They must be here to protect the urn. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I didn't think you'd let you ask the same question twice. Okay, what were they doing with you then?
They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that.
That's curious.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that's enough for
So
now.
run along and get that medallion then.
This one?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you.
You sure?
It is not that far, and will you let me lean on you? For the urn, any pain is worth enduring.
Okay.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down.
Ferelden has existed as a nation since the fabled King Calanat, the Silver Knight, united the warring Alamari towns about almost 400 years ago. I got so used to talking quickly when they came up because it loaded much faster when it wasn't incompatible with the mode. Ruined Temple. Okay. Spiky walls. Sure. I think I'll have Lily lead here in case of traps.
Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there. A key to open the way.
Okay, how did you know that?
There are very few keys like this left in the world, but I have seen some. When you find the right combination, it just feels right. It is hard to explain. Now, let's see if we can open this door. There should be a place to insert this.
Well, you just made a door opening noise. Fire. Ruined, but obviously still in use.
What I would give to have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain.
Yes, get moving, old geezer. Stay alert.
I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings.
You want to stay here? That's safe?
I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the urn.
Accidentally moving monitor. Well, thanks for your help.
It's my job. Just be careful, that's all I ask. The temple is perilous. I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need something to write on.
It's using the right mic, so it's not that this time.
Maker's breath. Look at it all.
It's no villages, you say? Slightly short-sighted, are we?
Watch out!
No, that's not what I meant. I meant that one. But how close can I get it? The answer appears to be not very. Can I please see what I'm doing? And if you can earthquake the same guy, that would be quite useful. Oh, you can't reach that far. Right, earthquake. No, you can't reach with earthquake at all. Never mind. And if you just taunt.
Be careful!
Right. Shield bash. Lily? Lily, are you in the fire?
Done.
Yeah, she was just on fire. That's great. That looks like an earthquake.
It is done. Here.
Well. Ooh, book. Don't root through the fire, please. Why didn't I see that book before? Andraste, Bride of the Maker. There's once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set up by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathos, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Almari warlord. Each day, she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true god did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband Mafarath, and told him that all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium. The Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a fast tide washing over the Imperium, and when Mafarath saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last, the armies of Andraste and Mafarath stood before the very gates of Minrathos, but Andraste was not with them, for Mafarath had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to the Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mafarath all the lands south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Almari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafarath, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him, and Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. So it's sort of canonically accepted in Dragon Age that God's a bit of a dick, which is an interesting theological perspective. Why aren't you dead? They were surprisingly placid about their comrades running into battle. Those are certainly interesting. Let's go left first.
I shall do it.
Of course. What the? Fuck you, buddy! that was certainly interesting. Wind's leveled up. Excellent. That's a lot of blood. Channeling my inner Alistair there. Nothing of interest in there. Let's level up wind before we go in there. More magic! More damage for attack before it interrupts your spellcasting. Yeah. That's honestly reasonable. Okay. Arcane Shield. Life Ward. Cast a place a protective ward on an ally that automatically restores health when the ally falls close to death. That sounds a useful thing to put on Alistair when he's tanking a lot. Petrify. Well, that's a nice single target control thing. Okay. Petrify or Life Ward. I think Life Ward and revisit her tactics. Ally. Being attacked. So let's say health. Specify Alistair. Health. Under 25%. Life warning. It's annoying that there isn't a status unconscious to use revival for. Well, let's save that. And let's start this by doing... You know what? Let's put it there and see if there's anything on the other side of that door. Lily, can you disable the trap? Alistair, don't do anything yet.
Right ahead.
Yep, there's stuff on the other side of the door. So, win. If you can bung an earthquake right there. Stop moving. Alistair, if you can go in and shield bash that guy.
Shall do it.
Now, if you can... Nope. That. As in Proctor higher health, John. Oh, there's more. Win. Can you put heroic offense on him? And can you torch that one? Did get both? Yep, that did get both. Oh wow, there's lots there.
Make a preserve.
There's a lot there. Hey, Alistair. You've already taunted. Win. If you can... Where is it? Spells. Talents. Put that on Alistair now. Oh, Lely, can you deal with that guy? There are so many.
Alright, that's how it is then.
Okay. That was a lot of people. Lely, it's time for you to shine again. Iridium scale armor. I can only pick up 10 more items because the only merchant that I've met since coming here was absolute cult. Garnet.
Yes, of course. I shall.
Iridium Pathwax. Red steel helmet. Ancient texts. Ooh, Scroll of Banastor. To align the power with the power of the Fade is but the first of many steps. Further is to align the mind to the Fade's rules and find the ties between the realm of dream and the realm of flesh. This is the true power of blood magic. The flesh and the mind are inseparable, and therein lies the power to influence and control minds. Indecipherable stains of blood and ink. The best kind of stains. Bisalve.
Right away.
Malachite. Right. Book. Summon of the Divine. Renata 1. The weakness of mortal will is the great failing of all the Maker's children. We treat our honour as if it were the cheapest of currency. We do not understand what integrity is, or what it is truly worth. From this ignorance, original sin was born. At some time, each of us has thought, what does it matter if I keep hold of my integrity? I am but one mortal, I am powerless. How blind we all are. The virtue of a single slave destroyed the Tevinter Imperium. The dishonour of one man drove the Maker from our sight. I tell you truly, nothing but the integrity of our hearts will win the love of the Maker back to us. It is all the power we shall ever possess to change this world for good or for ill.
On my way.
Scrolls. Okay. What's on the other side of that door? Always best to be on the safe side. Which is only the safe side when you don't have friendly fire. Southeast chamber key. Okay. Switch back to Lily. Giggle. Okay. Now let's go.
Right away.
Fallen Knight. Armor of Diligence. What's that then? Armor of Diligence requires 34 strength, health regeneration in combat, and more armor. By the time Alistair's able to wear that, he'll be able to wear far better. Can't unlock. Okay. No, sorry, what I said was... It's the safe bet with friendly fire turned off. Right, there are archers at the back, archers and mages at the back. Okay, so you want to try... see if that will reach them? And... the hero. Lily...
I shall. Damn you! Make him praised.
Right. Loot the dead. And... but the Jenny TV is just fine. He's just fine. I should be fine. I don't think there are any villagers here. Villagers appear in their armed droves, apparently coming past him. Now, mate, be right. Okay. I think it's time for precautions.
It is begun. Very well.
Main hall key.
I'm here.
It's Lily time.
Done.
Elf flight arrow. And private documents. My inventory's full. Okay. Bye. Die. Die. Okay, I know that's only just finished, but I'd quite like you to do that again.
Old book. Think any of those might still be readable?
These ones are. Ancient texts. More scroll of banner store. In the fate for creatures both foul and fair that all plague mankind with lusts and prides incalculable in our waking hours. Our power attracts them, and for good reason. Our unique bridge between flesh and dreams is one way they can enter the realm of flesh. To begin the path to true power, court these poor terrible creatures and best them. Force them into servitude and pledge your heart to them. Either way you gain immense power and the means with which to tear holes in the world. Hardened leather gloves. I'll probably be binning them before long too. Another book. The Old Gods. Dumat the Dragon of Silence, Zazikel the Dragon of Chaos, Thoth the Dragon of Fire, and Dorol the Dragon of Slaves. Othemiel the Dragon of Beauty, Razikael the Dragon of Mystery, Luskan the Dragon of Night. There were 7 old gods, great winged dragons that were said to rule over the ancient world. The Chandra maintains that they were responsible for the original sin, that they turned humanity away from its true creator through deceit. Humanity's faith faltered, and thus the Maker turned away from the world, but not before trapping the old gods in eternal prisons beneath the earth as punishment. Scholars assume the old gods must indeed have been real at one point, but most agree that they were likely actual dragons. Ancient high dragons of a magnitude not known today, and impressive enough to frighten ancient peoples into worshipping them. Some even claim that these dragons slumber as a form of hibernation, and that's the result of the Maker's wrath. Regardless of the truth, legend maintains that even from their underground prisons, the old gods were able to whisper into the minds of men. The Archon Falzian, first of the Magisters, who claimed to have contacted the old god Dumat, used the blood magic Dumat taught him to attain incredible power in Tvinter and declare himself ruler of the Empire. In return, he established the first temples worshipping the old gods, and the dragons became equated everywhere with imperial power. Bless you. Cat just sneezed. To date, 4 of the old gods are said to have risen as corrupted archdemons. Dumat, the first and most powerful, was slain at the Battle of Silent Fields. Zazikel fell at the Battle of Starkhaven. Thoth died at the Battle of Hunterfell, and Dorol was felled at Garahel, the legendary Grey Warden by Garahel, the legendary Grey Warden, at the Battle of Aisley. The archdemons have been identified only after years of argument among scholars, and to this day it is unclear whether the archdemons were truly old gods and not simply dragons. All that is known is that the Darkspawn hunt for them deep underground. If they are truly the old gods, as many scholars believe, then we have only the 3 blights remaining. And all the old gods have risen and been slain. However, what will happen? Will the blights end forever and humanity earn forgiveness from the Maker at last? We shall see. Okay. Scroll pile. Ancient encrypted scrolls. Okay, that's a quest. Ah. Right. 1 chamber left to explore before we go upstairs again. Adventurer.
On my way.
Sealed letter. You asked, so I'm telling. Don't go. The stories talk of the riches, but never the names, never where they supposedly spent their wealth. I heard the same tales as the lad in Denner and felt the same pull, but it's a lie, son. They may paint a trail, but once you're on it, does it lead to the beast or back to you? Okay. But now we're done. You're very glowy. What are you? Methinks. Occult. So I'm going to put that there. Yeah, I was right. And, just leave them there to do that, really. I mean, as anyone who's ever seen the inside of my fridge will attest, I like cheese.
I shall.
Taper, a long stick for lighting candles. I'm sure that'll come in handy. More private documents and discovering dragon's blood potions. That sounds like it's up Wind Street. I like how quickly bodies decay in this. Chase. Oh, cheese. Okay. I like the way you saved just before I went through this door. It lets me really know that shit's about to go down. Okay. But shit's about to go down out of range. Okay. You there. You're high up. You're a problem. Oh, hey there. Hmm. Lily, can you deal with the mage for me? And Alistair. Oh, that's fun.
It is begun. As you say.
Okay.
It shall be done. It is begun. I shall do it.
Lifestone.
Very well.
Okay, these statues look fairly draconic. Where's that? I think we've got everything from in here. Okay, let's light the brazier. Why not? Slightly delayed reaction there, brazier. The brazier that stands atop the stairs in the great hall of our temple has always been something of a mystery to us. This is the brazier that created the beings we call the Ash Wraiths. Thanks for them. This is where Andraste's followers immolated themselves and became the eternal guardians of her temple. Oh! I've painstakingly pieced together information from the old books and from the tales and half-truths passed down by our forefathers. I believe I now understand the ritual used to create the wraiths. The brazier was lit with a consecrated taper. Oh, that was useful. Its flame taken from the everlasting fire that long ago consumed Andraste herself. The chosen disciple would fast and pray for weeks, taking into his body nothing but a sip of water a day. When the disciple was finally ready, he would place in his mouth a flawless black pearl and step into the flames. In ancient Tevinter, black pearls were thought to be magical, able to stop the soul from passing through the veil when held in the mouth at the moment of death. Thus Andraste's disciples consigned themselves to the eternal flame. They became dust and ashes and rose again to protect the most beloved of the Maker. Well now.
As you say.
We are under attack, I think. Let's get a little closer before we make any rash decisions, like where to put that.
It is begun. Where now?
What's the traps?
Right ahead. Right away. As you like.
Note to self. Let Ellie go first. Rock salve. Can't be arsed with that. No, not ballista. Can you disarm the tripwire, please?
As you like.
Oh. Oh. Oh! No, please. It was unnecessary. Well, there's another bastard over there.
Very well.
Okay, now we deal with this one.
I shall do. Got him. Come and get.
Oh. Well, they keep on coming.
As you say. Mm-hmm.
Nope. That's good. That's very good. What in here isn't? Let's compare these two. Both tier 4. Dalish requires more dexterity, has more damage, has more critical chance. Yeah, it's... Oh! Yeah, in general, just better. Okay. Right. That strikes me as I can go. What else can go? Oh. Back to you.
Oh, marvelous. Right away.
Did you have... Yeah, you had something I didn't care about.
It's done.
Okay, the usual. Oh, you've got 3 surprises as well. And lightning! Excellent. Alistair. Ah, if you can deal with that one. And... Did Alistair just say you smell? I mean, I understand he's not the most nuanced of people, but
As you wish.
you were a Templar? And let's put one of them down and start dealing with you.
is begun.
And Alistair's leveled up. You know what that means? When the lightning noises stop. Thank you. It means more strength. Let's... I mean... Does that allow you to disarm traps as well? First time playing Origins, yeah. Well, the first playthrough of Origins. Probably survival, actually. I think last time I regretted not getting cleanse area, didn't I? Death blow. Restore stamina every time you kill someone. That sounds good. And it's a passive which doesn't require any thought. Go with death blow for now.
It shall be done.
Nah, be right, thanks. Alistair! You impaled him on a candlestick! It's brutal. Okay, what's attacking me? You lot are...
I shall do.
Belly, can you actually disable that trap while we're here? Never mind, Alistair just ran through it without any ill effects. So that's good. That's Orkon Hessarian, the magister who ordered Andraste burned to death and then took mercy on her at the last second. What is? Oh. That is.
We must fight. Let us do it quickly.
Sure thing. Cultist.
Very well.
Right. Wormling Lair. Wormling Lair. Wormling Lair. That seems a reasonable point to pause the stream and come back in a couple of minutes to make this more exportable to YouTube. Although, still haven't exported last week's, sorry. Don't even know if I made the week before's public yet. Essentially, I need an upload schedule. But that's not happening in the next 5 minutes. Bye!